If you follow me on social media, then you know that I've been in the process of moving. And although I'm a perfectionist by heart, I needed to stop delaying this video because it's one that I have looked forward to, and I know a lot of people over on Instagram especially have been looking forward to. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the 2025 Xander's Bricks room tour, the first ever time in a brand new space with a totally brand new setup. Let's take a look. So the first and probably very obvious change in this layout is it's a totally shelf-based system. There's no Lego City in this layout, making it a very different look than past few layouts. But it gives me a ton of space in this room, and it's going to allow me to make some really big projects, especially for next year's Brick World, which I've already been thinking about, and maybe we'll touch on that in this video. So as you can see, I have 4 of these really awesome shelves that I've gotten from Target. And they have 5 shelves each, 4 of which are movable. The middle one is not. So that kind of limited what I was able to put on each shelf. But most of these are going to hold modulars, as you can see. So we've got like the Boutique Hotel and the Parisian Restaurant. We've got the Palace Cinema and the police station. But we also have some of those lower shelves, just this one here, being used for Lego books and things of that nature. Currently have some of the Brick World projects sitting here. Those will be handled at a later date. We also have some smaller sets up on those higher shelves, including the Ship in a Bottle, one of my favorite sets, but God, is that thing fragile, and some of the Paradisa sets, along with some of the Paradisa sets here. Additionally, I have to have some things that aren't Lego in here. We have some movies and books that I've really enjoyed over the past few years, especially Chainsaw Man, one of my favorite series I've ever read and watched. It's super exciting. And I've been working on a brand new display for BrickHeadz, which is very different from how I've displayed BrickHeadz before, but it's a very simple system, and eventually, should I get more BrickHeadz, I will just make it a little bit higher. This brings up the first thing that's not totally finished, and that's the wall. These hidden side boxes will probably continue along this edge here, but just for the sake of building that BrickHeadz display, I wasn't completely sure what I wanted to do. Then that brings us to the treehouse, which we have modified to have those pink-purple leaves. And the A-frame, also one of my favorite sets. It's just so clean, along with these little brick buddies that I have gotten from Brick World Chicago 2025 and a gift with purchase. Additionally, I have some space still left for future sets, which I have some sets that I am wanting to build here soon. So that's probably what will get used there. And we'll probably rotate things out because I'm not going to have space for every single modular. I still have the old fishing store I want to build. I still have this year's modular I want to build. Plus, we've got the Arkham Asylum one coming out later this year. So lots of modulars that I still want to get, and I don't necessarily have room to display, especially since I have a couple non-Lego ones like this antique store and a couple more on the other side of the room. In between our little entertainment system here, which we have some Funko Pops on there because they're cute and I don't care what anyone says. We've got some Marvel ones. We've got some miscellaneous ones, including DC and pop culture and games. And this also is a good spot to include some of our video game themed sets. So we've got the Loot Llama, the Blue Shell, we've got Bowser, and we have my custom Lego Diva here, which if you guys want, let me know in the comments if I should release instructions on how to build her. Above the TV, we have our DC minifigure display, which is getting so close to being complete. This also allowed me to display some of the Batmobiles, so we've got a couple of them here, along with Joker's Lowrider from the Lego Batman movie. Up top, I have 2 of the buildings from Brick World Chicago 2025. The A&W will be staying together, and I will eventually get to finishing those instructions for you guys, as I promised. The Culvers will not be staying here. I just have it together still because I still need to make the instructions for it. We also have some video game sets here. And one of my favorites, the Nightmare Before Christmas one, which I don't care if it's a seasonal one or not, it will stay up year-round. We also have more of those hidden side set boxes, just like in the old layout, up on the wall here, which leads us then down to the other 2 shelves, which have some of my favorite sets on them. So I'm going to say that a lot in this. But I'll point out more of the things that aren't my favorites, including the farm store, they used to be called Fun Hole. I'm not sure what their new name is now. Unfortunately, I haven't worked with them in a while. It's a cute set. It just doesn't fit my aesthetic necessarily. We also have the Volkswagen Bus, another one that's not my favorite. I just recently rebuilt it, and I don't know that I'm going to keep it, to be completely honest with you. And no collection is complete without some random dinosaur. So we've got a random dinosaur there. Got a couple more modulars here, a couple more below that. And then that brings us to yet another one from Fantasy, which is not a Lego one. It's a beautiful set. I just don't know that it will forever stay here just because it's not actually Lego. Same thing goes for the City Library that I have here. Super cool one, and I hope Lego makes something like this eventually. But for now, we don't have one. So that's what we have. This section here is one that I've been really working on. It's my Marvel display. The Daily Bugle will eventually end up in here, but I have been modifying that slightly. I will be sharing videos and whatnot over on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube here in short form as soon as I can get that done. But we have a lot of dynamic poses here. So characters fighting a whole bunch of villains from across the universe. And then we have a whole bunch of them that still need to be added in on the Daily Bugle. Then we have some of my favorites, the Wild West collection, Fort Legorado, and then two other sets here. We have Rick's portal gun from Rick and Morty from Bricker Builds, a Minecraft set which probably won't stay here, and then the little beach snack shack, which is also one of my favorites. Now, on top of that, we have more of like a personal collection, I guess. We've got like a Lego Batman McDonald's toy, super cute, some of my custom habitats, and then a bunch of these Xander's bricks items and things of that nature. And that leads us now to the corner, which is a good spot to mention that this is one of those sections that is just not done yet. There's a lot of projects in the works, a lot of broken stuff here that is just getting figured out as we go, so bear with me. Now, the goal is for this space to be primarily where I will live stream eventually. As you can see, I've got a tripod here, I've got a little seat, and this is my build desk, which actually was clean for a little bit here, and it should be cleared in a little while, but just got a couple projects I'm working on here, including the Daily Bugle, which I have now funnily renamed the Daily Bagel, because why not, which I have been modifying that. I am making finally the modular up house that I bought a second up house for off of Facebook Marketplace, and a couple other buildings that I'm working on in brickheads and whatnot. So just a couple small things. This is a really cute corner, and I really want to get this cleaned up because I really like this space. We've got some stuff that I've gotten from Brick World, some of those cool prints from Lego, some brickheads, the custom artwork of my dog, the Lego sign, and then I would like to use this open wall space for more artwork like this here. So if you have cool artists that you know and love, or you're an artist yourself and you want to make some Lego art for me, hit me up, and I would love to see what you come up with. I'm really wanting to try and find some cool art of Hidden Side, so who knows if that's something you want to do. Cool. And then on the opposite side, which will be the backdrop of those live streams, we've got all of those bricks in these awesome sorters here. Perhaps I eventually will have some more of those on this wall as well. We've got those Lego coat hangers, all the shadow boxes of brick separators, some minifigs from Spider-Man to Hidden Side, and the city skyline here. And then a bunch of mix match stuff in these here, which will get sorted out in a little while. And then we've got the X-Wing, the Quinjet, and there's some other smaller broken sets that are just trying to get figured out. I mean, they've broken either in transit or broke when I tried to put them up. So yeah, we're getting there. It's slowly but surely feeling like a completed space. And eventually, like I said, the goal is that this will become the backdrop in the space that you see me primarily in for live streams and videos of that nature. So stay tuned for that. Obviously, Instagram is the best way to stay updated on things that are happening in this space.
But wait, there's more.
The more being a very in-progress work on the ships being put on the wall via command strips. This is all just primer still on the wall, I believe. So it's not very, like, moist, I guess. It's a very dry wall and a very dry surface, which the command strip doesn't seem to be sticking very well to. So that's why we have some broken sets. But there's them slowly being put on the wall, just like in the old setup. And then a quick peek into the closet space, just a little bit, so you can see I've kind of got a backlog of some fantasy sets, some Lego sets, and some other off-brand sets of that nature. But yeah, it's slowly but surely very much getting there. The space is slowly feeling more and more like me, which of course I very much do love. Some of the other features that weren't really seen in the last setup and probably still won't be seen really in this setup are the Lego posters. I just love showing them off. They're so cool, and I would really like to eventually get either the Lego movie poster or the Lego Ninjago movie poster. I just think it looks so great up on that wall or either on the open space there. And I never really get to flex this, but like here's the setup now. We've got a nice triple monitor sort of setup here. Of course, we've got the new Lego Creeper, and probably going to add some more Lego stuff here as we run out of shelf space. But yeah, this is the triple monitor setup that I use for not really content stuff, unfortunately. I wish I did, but I'm just honestly not skilled enough to do all that stuff. So if you have, again, if you have any way to help me out with that, let me know, see how I can best utilize my space. And I mean, just in general, if you have any sort of life advice on being moved into a new space, or how you would like to see my content kind of change and progress over time with this new setup, let me know in the comments down below. I love reading all of your guys' suggestions, all of your ideas, and although I might not be able to make all of them come true, I would absolutely love to make some of them come true. So seriously, let me know in the comments down below. That's pretty much everything for this setup. There's some things that I missed just because they're kind of bundled in with other life stuff. So, of course, I appreciate you bearing with me and being patient over these past few weeks trying to figure out what exactly is going on in Xander's life. So that's all for now. Thank you so much for joining me on this quick little room tour. Have a great one and keep being amazing, you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.